Hello, Debbie Preston from the Northamptonshire FA. I thought I'd do a quick how-to guide around England football accreditation, as I know a number of people have struggled to find where it is on the system. Here we start with what you would normally see when you enter the whole game system. So this is your dashboard for your club. What I want you to go to is down the bottom here where it says club profile. This club profile, once opened, will take us into the new version of the club portal. There it is. The club portal will give you everything that you found on the whole game system. It's quite easy to manage, and we'll do a quick talk through around most things on there. But if you do have any questions, please, by all means, do contact me at the usual address. This club that I'm using is actually a test site, so there won't be anything recognisable to you on there, because obviously sometimes there is sensitive information, but this one is just a test-up, made-up club for the benefits of training. This club is not accredited, as you can see, bold letters there, not accredited. Most of you already have accreditation because Charter Standard migrated across. So if you were Charter Standard, you will have an accreditation. There it will tell you next to this, it will say 1-star, 2-star or 3-star club, depending on the provisions that you provide within your club environment. If we go to dashboard, this is where the accreditation checklist takes place. So it's dashboard within this site, and it's telling us there that obviously we're incomplete. So on the first bit of the club, it's saying there's 2 things outstanding. Those 2 things are here. So it was looking for a bank account for those of clubs who need it. Anyone who has more than one team will need a bank account. And in club meetings and minutes, we're wanting clubs to be organised, and I don't want thorough minutes, but we want you to take some notes about where you sit within your club on a regular basis, so that there's a plan going forward. To complete that, that's a simple process. You tick down into here. Do club meetings take place, and are they recorded? The answer will yes, hopefully, and you would tick it. So you edit and tick that, and that will save, and instantly that becomes green. Okay, bank account is a little bit more work, and you need to make sure that you have got a bank account. I won't show you that in list status. The other 2 sections, affiliated is what you're going through now, and teams that play in a league, both of which are required to be an accredited club. So they are there. The next check is your officials. Now it's telling us that 5 areas on this are incomplete. DBS compliant. Any youth team that has a coach working with it within the youth teams obviously has to have a DBS. The system will tell you who that is, who needs to have a DBS, and who you should be looking at to get that DBS completed. So the system's doing the work for you, and you need to be contacted them. In this instance, the welfare officer is incomplete. As you're aware, the welfare officer is a requirement for youth clubs. If this was a real club, they obviously wouldn't have got through affiliation if they had youth teams, because they do need a welfare officer. But for this instances, again, it's saying assign a youth or welfare officer to the club, which you can do. Safeguarding committee members, all key officials on the committee who need to do that, again, it's listed for you. If you're an adult team and just need a first aider, again, it's listed for you. And each youth team is required to have a qualified youth manager. We appreciate that sometimes this is ongoing, but if you have got a coach manager listed as a manager of a youth side, you really do need to get them on the coaching pathway as soon as possible. Certainly complete the Playmaker course, and then from there you book onto a FA online course, a level Introduction to Football Coaching, which will do. So that's there on the officials. On documents, some of these I've done and previously, but these are where you need to complete and download these for your club. No one else really can do it for you. You need to do it yourself because it will tell you who has done it. If I show you club accounts, it will show me, does your club have an account from last season? Yes, it does. Again, it's an edit box and a tick, so you can do that. The completing of these is quite simple. You go into show more, you click the box and it will bring up that policy, and there will be, you read the policy and in the corner you cross the tick to say that you've completed it, and that section will go green. Okay, as you go through the process, every piece that you do will come up ready, and it will tell you how many more. So for instance, let's show you the documents. If I go into the documents and go down to the club accounts, incomplete, so we'll click that as a yes and save it. If we go back then into the documents doesn't show anything in amber, so that section is complete. Okay, so that's quite simple. The dashboard is really easy as well to just manipulate round. You can see your club and who is part of that club, the sponsors if you have any, documentation that links to. So here's where you'll find your documentation around leadership, diversity, equality. So once you have accepted those, you will then be able to save them and distribute to your clubs, which is really important to your teams and team members. In players, this is still very simple. This is your player registration system that works with who is playing. In this team, just for my joy, Alfie Bow plays, which cheers me up immensely. But as I say, this is where you'd get all your information, and all your officials are listed. And there's everything there. Again, it's telling us that key officials, there's a problem with one of them, and it will show us in the safeguarding section who needs to complete what. Again, his DBS has expired. So it's very, very simple. It works quite easily. Dashboard is the key for accreditation. Once all of these are green and you've got nothing outstanding, this will come up that you're accredited and green. So everything is very simple to follow. As I say, please don't struggle with it. It is quite easy to work round, but if you do need to talk to me, I am here and I am available, and it will be my pleasure to talk to you. Many thanks.